suggestion of a object that I could fit between the hands of my hands?
It started.
A toaster.
A watermelon.
A little Sphinx.
A box of balloons. Sock.
A little miniature Eiffel Tower.
A small black hole.
A Hot Wheels.
I heard
A
small
dentures.
Sphinx.
Small Sphinx.
A small Sphinx.
Thomas, thank you so much for showing me your model 7 wonders of the world that you painted yourself.
Of course. I love art and architecture and commemorating special things and meaningful messages.
You looks like you wrote something in between all 7. Is that Latin? Can you translate that for me?
I think you know Latin.
You're right. I was playing hard to get. It says, "Here lies the treasures of mankind beneath the left foot of the little Sphinx." That's a pretty cryptic message, Thomas.
Cousin Jamie, I think you're really smart. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think you're really smart, and I've looked up to you since I was 3.
Thank you. Being 3 years your elder really puts a lot in perspective. I think would really enjoy this? Your sister. I know you don't love Margaret, but she looks up, you look up to me? She looks up to you the same way. She told me that she's looked up to you since she was 3.
Really?
Yeah. She said her big brother is her inspiration.
Oh, jeez. I wish that you could just stay here for longer than just a week.
I'm just here to visit your family. Your mom and dad told me that, they would be a little bit busy this week and just wanted me to stay at the house with you guys.
So, I got your invitation to come upstairs to the attic. Oh, you're so smart. I looked through the painting that you painted me, and I saw that in the bottom right corner, there was a hidden message in Coptic. And when I translated that, it led me to the bookshelf in your father's study. I went over to the wall. I pulled out one of the books, and of course, the wall hinged open in a way that I assume you set it up to. And there in the back, I saw a little note that said, "Meet me in the attic at 3 p.m. I figured it out a few minutes ago, and here I am.
Wow, have you seen National Treasure? Because you are a true scavenger hunt master.
Oh, Thomas, when you were little and I got you all those puzzle books, I knew for sure someday I'd be standing here with you like this.
Aww. Did you ever think that about my sister, too? What'd you think of my sister?
Well, you'd already used up the puzzle book budget for the family. And, she's all right.
So you're saying it's my fault that she doesn't have any niche talents and skills? The reason that she's taken to using her boredom for acrobatics in the hallway, the only things that she could get her hands on that didn't cost any money for this family? Is that what
Your
you're saying
sister's
about me?
idle mind and wicked ways are not on you. They're not on any of us. Really, some things are just meant to happen the way that they are. Now, Thomas, you asked me up here. I assume was it to discuss your sister?
Well, my cousin was suggesting that I grow closer to her. So look, over here. Behind this curtain, I drew a painting of us, our whole family, on the Eiffel Tower. I love landmarks. Did you know that the Eiffel Tower was built for a great exhibition in a similar way after the Crystal Palace was built for the great exhibition of 1851?
Allie, feel like maybe the babysitter doesn't want me to be close to Thomas.
Well, if you're...
Pause. It was established that the family was out of the house. Right?
They were busy this weekend, or for the week.
Oh, I thought you were staying with us.
I was. That's the reason I was.
He's kind of babysitting, I didn't know. Unpause.
I mean, your mom does always say that you're wicked and have an idle mind.
Wait, she says what about me?
Oh, sorry, I'm bad at keeping secrets.
That's ridiculous! My mind isn't idle just because my body is always occupied.
Well, you know, you gotta keep in mind, Margaret, this is the family of the mind. They're probably intimidated by your somersaults.
You know, I mean, it's just, I never had any puzzle books like Thomas did, and he's so smart and talented, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna change the world one day, but all I ever had to do was roll around the hallways.
They're also probably frustrated at your failure to recognize trapdoors.
Allie, you've been my best friend for all these 6 years, and you hear things around this house that I just don't. Like the things that my mom says about me.
Well, it's because I always sit inside the trapdoors and listen.
I just don't know where they are. They just blend so seamlessly with the rest of the floor. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that?
Look, every time you see a misplaced Persian rug, you should probably pick it up and think about what might be underneath.
Oh my God! What does that say on the trap door?
What's in Latin?
I don't know Latin. Shoot! I just feel like this whole house is designed to confound me.
Let's move the Persian rug. Only a brave heart and stout mind can enter. Yep, that's me.
Pause growling comes from within. Pause.
This is an interesting vial. There's something Coptic. Not necessarily read Coptic, but flush. Hello, Aunt Julie.
I see you found my lair.
Yes, it was underneath the Persian rug. You know what they say about Persian rugs? You should always flip them over to find what's underneath.
I see you can decode my puzzles, but never like your cousin, my dear son, my favorite child, Thomas. Could you make them yourself?
Why, I don't really care about making things. I'm just all about the adventure. You know, Thomas, he's brilliant, but he doesn't take time to enjoy the things he creates. He just creates them and moves on. You know, you're really hard on him, Aunt Julie.
I want him to succeed. I want him to flourish and fly. He's been living in the house for 3 years since he graduated college, and I know his puzzles are beautiful, magnificent. Don't drink that. Put that stopper on. That could kill you, or, if you're worthy, transform you. Anyways, he's been living here for 3 years, and it's time. I'm just trying to give him the confidence to burst out into the world. You know, all of his projects, I think he could be a great architect. He could be a great creator of government secrets. Why, he could even work in a lab like I do. A secret underground lab of doom.
Did you paint that portrait of Thomas?
Of course. his 12th birthday. There's an elaborate puzzle in it, but he wasn't ready for it at the time. I've been keeping it down here. Someday.
That's an interesting note in the upper right-hand corner.
You read Latin?
Do I breathe? Aunt Julie, why are you so favorited towards your son and completely dismiss your daughter?
When you get the best thing on the first try, why think about the next thing?
I see there's no paintings of Margaret in your lab. Have either of your children even been in this space?
Well, I've left clues around the house. Thomas will find them at some point. Perhaps he's even been down here and hasn't told me. Or perhaps he's trying to reveal it to me in a puzzle himself that I haven't yet been clever enough to decipher. Is that right?
The slip of papyrus you left under the main vase in the left-hand room?
Quite so.
Or the golden spoon mixed into the silver spoons with a odd silver tarnish, only on the top but not the bottom of the spoon.
Well, that one's for my husband.
That's why the message was confusing.
He's a very important man. Does secret business for the government. I can't even tell you where he is right now. And he knows that you can't put all your eggs in one basket. That's why it's his job to think about the other child.
I see.
But it's not my fault he's gone so often. We divided the labor evenly. I just happen to be here because my work is in the basement.
Interesting.
Okay, now you can come in. I had to finish the song first. Here, look, I finished making this toy box and I painted the roof of it myself. Anyways, now that I finished it, I don't really need it.
No, Thomas, that was beautiful. That was one of the most beautiful
Well, I can
jobs.
remake one. Anyway.
I just came up because I wanted to show you.
Safety goggles?
Sorry, I don't have any lab equipment. Mom wouldn't buy me any, but I brought up this little Mr. Potato Head that I made out of a real potato, and I just wanted to show you. Thomas, I'll just leave it in here. It has a little message on the back for you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your work. I'll go.
Oh, hey there, Thomas.
Oh, hey, Allie.
I just came out of the trap door. Listen, is it okay if I don't go home? My parents are all into acrobatics, and I feel like I get along better with your family.
Oh. Well, of course. We're always looking for more people to play around, solve puzzles. I just got a message from my sister.
What's the name?
I realized she walked away. I wasn't even listening or paying attention. Maybe that's a reason she doesn't like me.
Pause. The message on the back of the potato head says, "I know you're busy right now, Thomas, but I just hope that this could bring a little bit of light and joy to your corner of the workshop on pause."
I thought Jamie said she worshipped you. I was listening in the trap door.
Yeah, I'm only just now starting to realize that there's a chain. It's like, you see this portrait that I made?
Oh, it's a Margaret.
Yes.
A family.
Yes. And we're climbing the pyramids of Giza. And see, there's a chain order to things. See, there's me, and I'm climbing up the pyramid after my cousin, who I've looked up to for years, who's like my older sibling. And then I realized recently that Margaret's also climbing up right behind me.
And, just gonna take out my paint canvas. Here I am in the trap door in the pyramid of Jesus.
That's a work. That's a. You know, it's fine. I always move on from my finished products anyway.
Honey, would you mind getting me some more water?
Of course, Mom.
Thanks.
Oh, you read the newspaper today?
I skimmed it. I didn't really. I was stretching this morning. I didn't.
No international disaster. Your father's hard work paying off.
Well, that's lovely.
Water.
That's the most I've ever heard about Father's job.
And the most you'll ever hear.
Water.
Mom.
Peggy?
Almost. Closer than last time.
You like Maggie better.
Even closer. Maggie's great, actually. Maggie's perfect. It even starts with the same letter. I wanted to tell you that I think that maybe, I'm not really sure, but I think I saw Jamie readjusting one of the Persian rugs in the house. And I just recently learned that apparently there are trapdoors under the rugs.
I mean, he's only been here for 3 days and he's discovered most of my puzzles. What's been taking you so long, honey? Stop it. Never mind. Finish your story.
My story was done, Mom. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go down to the gym.
Oh, Mag.
No, it's
Mag.
okay.
Mag. Pull up a chair. Have breakfast with me.
Okay. This is a better stretch for my hips. I'm gonna go get myself some breakfast.
Maggie, you're almost. You're going to college next year, right?
I'm only a sophomore.
Okay.
2 years.
Yeah. So if you know, let's say you think about in the future, you go to college, you come back, maybe you live with us for a few years. What kind of impetus are you
Actually-
gonna need to get out of the house?
I already have a scholarship to Duke for gymnastics. Apparently I've been promised a full ride as long as I keep up with my gymnastics. So
Oh, sweetie, that's amazing.
I actually wasn't planning to come back home ever. You know, in an ideal world.
Oh,
I usually just feel like a burden.
no.
So, yeah. Maybe that'll make you happy.
I'm proud of you. That's wonderful. So what's pushing you out of the house? How could we get Thomas out into the world? Yes, of course, sweetie. I'm always proud of you. Thomas has been in the house for 3 years now.
I think Thomas, he's so smart, he just doesn't care about what he makes anymore. He takes it all for granted. He loves the act of creating, but he hasn't found a creation that he loves.
Like maybe he's already made the first good thing, and now all of the next good things he doesn't even see.
Something like that. I don't know. I guess I'm not the smart one. That's probably a better phrasing anyway. I'm gonna go write about what just happened in my diary.
So, follow me. back home. Take a left, right, over here. Swing up on here. You see, this is the tunnel your father uses to get down to his underground lab.
Oh my gosh. How did I never realize this before? What a puzzle. Crunch. Slam, clatter.
You see, your father does work in the field of reptile biology, which is the study of reptiles. But not just any reptiles, the greatest reptiles of them all. Dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
So, it's,
Hi! I'm Jamie. I feel like we haven't talked in months, even though you've been living in the house with us.
well, I've been doing some investigating while I've been in your house.
Uh-huh.
And in your mother's lab, I came across, oh, please sit at the table, both of you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what this is about. I just know that I have a whole new world of knowledge in my mind.
Another one?
So, some people say when I go places, I bring change with me.
Well, yeah, I remember when you used to live in Switzerland, you started a war there.
Which is ironic because Switzerland normally stays out of
It was
wars.
quite a change.
Yes. But I thought the status quo of your house is not fair for either of you. You feel unable to stretch your wings and grow, and you feel overshadowed by your brother
Oh
because
no,
you're
I love my
not
brother. I totally support him.
And so,
I support and admire his knowledge.
this is what I call the
Pause.
mirror.
A hissing comes out of the vial. It whispers, "One shall drink, and one shall change. One shall think, and think in a rage. One shall bloom, and one shall fall. But which is rich, and who has all?"
So, anywho,
That's really ominous.
I think it would be really fun if you both drank this.
Mom told us not to drink talking potions.
And the potion just said one would drink.
One can also be plural, just like they can be singular.
That's a new one for me. I didn't know that one. I think you should have it.
Well, you just said both of us could drink.
See, I even have 2 glasses. Shh, shh. Clatter.
Pause. More hissing comes from the liquid. Break the spell at your own cost. Break the spell or all is lost.
Spell?
Smell. I'm really uncomfortable with this big problem.
If this makes you all feel better, I'll drink it too.
There was more in the vial that you just threw away?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Cheers.
Pause. They both begin to glow. One, a beautiful orange color. One, a powerful green. And then, crosses over in the air, and returns to the opposite body. Oh, Allie, darling, I hear you're living with us now. I heard you coming up the trapdoor stairs, and I figured 90% chance it's Allie.
That's a good guess. Yeah, my parents only care about gymnastics, and I didn't get the scholarship.
Oh.
And so,
When has everyone been applying for these scholarships? I guess I'm so clueless.
I've always felt more comfortable in your house anyway.
Oh, honey, I'm so glad to hear that. You know, I've been trying to see the people around me a little bit more. I've been trying to see through this telescope up to the stars. Care to take a look?
Thanks so much for welcoming
It's
me to
the
your
second
house.
lens.
Oh. Whoa. Yes,
Our observatory is the marvel of the neighborhood.
Listen, I've been planning to drink some of that potion. So I can be more of what my parents want me to be.
But look, Allie, no one should drink the potion until they've deciphered the elaborate painting that I put on the wall that gives them distinct instructions as to how to deal with the aftermath.
Well, what I was gonna say was I was gonna drink the potion.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, but it was gone. It was just like an empty vial, and there was steam coming up from it.
You went down to my lair and you looked at the spot where the potion was supposed to be, and you're telling me that there was no potion there?
There was no potion there. I mean, I spend most of my time listening into various conversations from the trapdoors. It's really how I relate to people.
Oh.
Allie, I'm beginning to think I may have gone astray as a parent.
Dear diary, I understand everything now. I'm a lot less flexible than I used to be, but with time I think I can stretch my way back. I think I have this desire, this urge to create new things, and it's beautiful and wonderful and scary, and I love it. I'm so excited. I'm sorry, diary, but I don't think I need you anymore. I don't need to be in touch with my emotions anymore. I can just create things and be in touch with those instead.
Smash!
Where did all this energy come from? Oh, I'm so tired. But I just seem to keep stretching and spinning and dancing and moving and pulling myself into crazy old places. The potion. The potion must have done this.
No, whenever you're ready, finish your routine. I went looking for you all throughout the house. I figured the last place I'd find you was in the dance studio, yet here you are. Thomas, is there something you want to tell your mother?
Look in the mirror. Something's changed about me, can't you tell? Besides the ability to do this and that so easily.
So you deciphered the painting then? The painting I made you when you were 12?
Yup, I came of age, and I read it, and I know exactly what's supposed to happen, and I drank the potion.
Yes, of course. Good. You were able to, through osmosis, absorb empathy and understanding for others. Yes, and not lose any of yourself.
Not at all. I'm still me, who just wants to create. Only now I've realized that creating can also be in the form of choreography and gymnastics and balance.
And you haven't been having any nightmares? Dark and terrible dreams? You haven't dreamt of an old and gnarled oak tree on a hill surrounded by dark ravens? You haven't dreamt of their screams, their calls? Perhaps you haven't dreamt of a weasel crawling from one of the holes and shrieking to you, "You will lose yourself slowly, all that is hold of you shall fade."
Seems very specific.
I found this on our front yard, a diary thrown out the window. I didn't want to read it, but then I remembered I don't care about privacy. I just looked at the most recent 2 entries. One of them describing a dark and terrible dream, and the second describing new impulses and genius, almost as if your sister were experiencing similar changes.
My sister?
Thomas, you and I are close.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do puzzles together.
Mm-hmm.
We leave each other messages around the house that no one else in the family really understands. Why, some might even say I've placed all of my hopes and dreams on your shoulders. And some might even say that you are trying to impress me fervently with your life. Listen, I won't be angry if you just tell me the truth.
Well, I want you to know it's not my fault.
Of course, honey. I'm sure it's Maddie's fault.
Well, it's not her fault either.
Of course.
I think it's time for Jamie to leave.
I can see everything now. All of the hallways of the house, the swirls and the sideboards. I love you, Thomas. Thomas, you're my favorite. I know that, Mother. Thank you, Mother. This whole house is just... Even under the trapdoors, the whole house is just an ode to Thomas. Why don't we just get started on fixing that?
Margaret.
Yes, Jamie. Hello, I've been meaning to thank you for my newfound powers.
Margaret.
Yes, Jameson? Remind me of our familial relation. I had thrown away that extraneous information.
We're cousins.
Yes, okay, yes, cousins, of course.
Your,
that makes
your
perfect sense.
mom's is my father's.
Please don't condescend to me, Jameson. Please. I don't need that anymore. No, I've had enough of that in my life.
I see you wrote up here, my brother is now stupid. Ha ha, Mom. In Coptic.
All these little compartments in the walls full of gadgets and gizmos. It's fascinating. All of the things that have been created in this household and left to rot. You know what I just made? I made a perfect thermos. It will keep anything at exactly the temperature that you put the item into it. Isn't that remarkable? But who cares?
Smash.
I think
I can make anything I want, Jameson. Anything.
I made a mistake.
Too late for that now, isn't it?
Allie,
Yeah, Thomas?
I think that now you're my best friend, since we're both the neglected ones in this household.
Yeah, I'm neglected by my parents and by these adopted parents that I found for myself. Oh my God, be included, Thomas.
Look, I don't know how you do it. I mean, running away from your problem seems like a lot, but if it hurts you emotionally so much, I guess that's what you had to do.
Thomas, I'm concerned by order being upended in this house. You see, this is, after I lost my scholarship and my parents, this is the last family I have left. And if you guys implode, I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Allie, you're right. This is something more salvageable. Worth being salvaged. I don't know how English works anymore.
Look at all these notes in the secret cave.
Secret.
Coming downstairs. Look.
Pause. They enter a cavern with walls coated in crystal, and carved into the crystal is unpause.
Thomas is the stupid one now.
I hate this house and all of our stupid secret corridors.
Did you forget where the passageway was, Thomas? Have you been so busy stretching? You couldn't even read the Latin and the Coptic on the trap door? Thomas, I'm worried about you.
I'm worried too. But I guess now I'm understanding how my sister feels. Hold on, I need to do some floor bar.
Thomas, it looks like you've stretched your legs so far you're straining the muscles.
Oh no.
You're almost too flexible.
Yep, great. That's what I want everyone to think of, is too flexible Thomas. Ha ha ha. Allie, maybe it's somewhere between too flexible Thomas and too much of a creator caught in his own world Thomas. Something in between. I think that's the Thomas I need to be.
Pass me the eye of Newt.
Aunt Julie, I made a grave mistake.
Yes, you did, Jamie. But I appreciate that you're here to help me rectify your egregious error.
Do you need the back left wing as well, or the right one?
Oh, you can stick me ahead in the recipe. I'll take both.
This must be a powerful concoction.
You know, I hoped I would never have to make this antidote. You see, you can only drink the potion of transformation once at your coming of age. I had hoped that Thomas's coming of age would be the same time as his bar mitzvah, but I guess he wasn't ready. And that's why I saved it, but now he'll never get to know the power of the transformative potion. Do you know what the problem was, Jamie?
I gave it to both of them at half the correct dosage before either of them were ready.
Yes. Precisely. But do you know what exactly? Wait, would you stir this for a moment so I can do a bit of monologue? Counterclockwise, please. It wasn't so much that you gave it to both of them, or in half the dosage. You see, the transformation potion, it does what it needs to do. It's not so much limited by our laws of science and proportion, but the real problem is the not readiness. You see, to be able to absorb so much from the world around you, you must first know who you are. You must have a firm sense of self, and you must recognize your flaws, but you must love yourself, and neither of my children know who they are. And now I'm afraid they'll lose it if we don't finish the antidote in time, and they'll lose out on all of the wonder this potion could have brought
You mean the one labeled my transformation potion question mark? That's yours?
It's written in Old Sumerian. I didn't think you'd recognize it.
Oh, you see, I'm a bit of a lover of ancient texts. I also read Demarian.
My sister's taught me well.
It is stirred. Aunt Julie, can I ask a favor of you?
Of course.
Can I have one last chance before giving them the antidote? I think I figured out the riddle that you left on this poster. Painted portrait. I love alliteration.
You know, I have to wait an hour for the potion to stew, and then I must add the final ingredient. Something I love and hold dear and can never get back. So, you have an hour.
May I ask what you love, hold dear, and can never get back?
I'm gonna spend an hour trying to figure that out. This is urgent. We have to get the transformation antidote to them before the transformation potion fully sets in. Why, it could decay their very souls.
And by my estimations, based on the western sun in the sky at this very moment, with the Chinese calendar of the zodiac of the tiger year, that would be sundown.
Sundown.
My legs are falling off of my body.
I thought this might be a problem, so I made a salve for it here.
I don't even know how to do this.
You see, Thomas, that's what I was just calculating on these whiteboards all around the room. I think that these potions, this half of potion that we both drink, Mother didn't think that we could complete ourselves on our own. She didn't think that we could become all that we could become without her help, always trying to put her hands into our lives or keep them out of it, trying to distance herself so she didn't have to invest herself in me, for example. But anyway, everything that we have is everything that we weren't before. And if we had been ready, I calculated some of the unbound principles, if we had been ready, we both would have gotten the gifts that the other had at birth, in addition to our own gifts. But as it stands now, Thomas, as it stands now, I guess you have the short end of the stick. And to think, I looked up to you for so long, Thomas. And do you know what you gave me in return? Nothing. You wouldn't look at me. You wouldn't listen to me. I remember giving you gifts for years. What did you give me in return, Thomas? Attention, affection, a helping hand with my homework at least? But I don't need you for any of those things anymore. I don't care about the first two, and the third one, well, there's not a problem set that can contain me now. Oh. I'll still help you, of course. You would better exercise and stretch if you want to get any sort of job as a gymnast, right?
Something that I love and can never get back. Something that I love.
Pause. It's been 20 minutes. Unpause.
Allie, come on. You gotta help me out.
I'm 17. I don't know what you love and can never get back. I mean, I assume you love your kids, I'd hope.
Yeah, my youth, my youthful energy, I can't throw that in.
Pause.
You love your husband.
Pause. On the chalkboard in the lab, we see a list labeled things I love. My kidneys, my husband, my children, Allie question mark.
work, but there has to be something physical. Allie, what do you love?
I mean, I love my parents, but they kicked me out.
My dear, I thought you came to stay with us of your own free will. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I mean, I made it sound like that. I don't think they wanted me at home. I could never touch my toes, or, I mean, they just seem to really love my brother more than me. 'Cause I would leave all these secret messages and they would never understand them because they were in Sanskrit.
You are very smart, you know that?
Oh,
Messages in Sanskrit. Put that on.
by the way, I was looking at your painting downstairs. And I was looking at some of the Coptic messages around the edges
Yeah.
and trying to do some decoding.
Yeah, of course. What did you find?
But I found that when you decoded the message, it just turned into a message in another ancient language.
Oh, yes, of course. I had to make it multiple layers.
Yeah, well, I got that far. And then I started to think that find that I could switch the language. The language could transform in multiple ways. And I could choose how it transformed. That was step 3.
Yes, of course. And then step 4.
Well, I got lost there.
Oh, Allie, you know, I had this dream when I was painting that painting. I had this beautiful dream that I would give it to Thomas, and I knew he was only 12, but I thought for sure he'd look at it. And of course, the puzzle takes approximately 3 hours to solve, even if you do it as quickly as possible. But I thought he'd look at it, and his mind would start going. He'd be smiling, he'd understand. He'd look, he'd go across, he'd consult the texts, and of course, then eventually he'd have to do step 4, which involves some incredible self-reflection. And then he'd get it. He'd get it. He'd be ready in a way that I wasn't. Maybe he could even show me. I had this dream, and I made me so happy. I loved it.
You're saying step 4 involves self-reflection.
I loved that image of Thomas. Someone who understood me. Someone who was better than me. The perfect child who could be what I never was. And I could never get that back.
So Margaret, would you do a favor? I was struggling to read this message.
Jamie, your tone of voice and linguistic inflection seems to imply that you're trying to trick me into something.
No,
My mind has been expanding rapidly.
it's not a trick.
Oh?
It's just this potato I found in the workroom upstairs. But, you know, with all my time reading ancient texts, I found myself struggling.
reading English.
Can you read it to me?
Thomas, I hope that this may bring some light into your little corner of the lab. Love you dearly, Margaret.
Well, you won't need that anymore. Let me...
You're right. I won't. Clatter.
Oh, finish it off. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
What?
Your misguided attempt to reignite my emotions has failed, Jameson.
No. Oh, I was just confirming you wouldn't complete the ritual. since you were not smart enough to complete step 4.
Self-reflection, you mean?
Yes.
Which language did you decode in step 2?
Aramaic.
It's all about the Hebrew, my friend. You have to go from Coptic to Hebrew to Babylonian to English.
Oh, yes.
And if you decode it in that order, given the ambiguity of Babylonian, one phrase says that you must reach self-reflection.
Yes.
The other says that you must simply achieve the honor and pride from your mother that you've always craved. Now, I might have been reading into that too much emotionally, but let me tell you, my latest invention, if that doesn't make my mother proud, nothing will.
You know, Margaret,
Yes, Jameson.
I think,
I probably do know, as a matter of fact.
you know, would you take the moment that it would take to sing with me?
We're already standing and talking. Would you prefer to be seated? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Lab! Chairs!
Beep boop beep 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 boop beep beep.
Is this more satisfactory to you?
Yes. You see, Margaret,
I see much.
I think something that I've learned is that everyone has flaws, no matter how perfect or intelligent or flexible they might be. I myself has recently learned that I might enjoy causing trouble and mischief more than that is healthy. You know?
I think Switzerland would agree.
Who can say?
Switzerland.
Oh, Margaret, I think you were actually, oddly enough, were, past tense, the most flawless member of your family.
Oh, I could execute a double flip turn kick flip without hesitating, but I didn't have the intelligence or the intellect. And this is not to say that I am flawless now. After all,
If anything, I would argue you are more flawed.
absolutely, I lack human emotion.
But my question to you is your brother didn't lack human emotion.
Oh, he did.
No.
He was distant.
No.
Give me one instance of a moment that he reached out to me, cared for me. His little sister, always there at his heels, always reaching for his approval, for him and my mother to care about me like they care about each other. Give me one example.
Did you never look behind the red thing that they put in theaters?
Curtain.
Curtain. I told you I'm struggling with English.
Clearly.
If you had asked me the Latin, Aramaic, Sumerian, or Coptic word for it, I could
Give
have
me all
told
of
you.
those in order. Latin, Aramaic, Coptic, and Sumerian.
Pause that for 10 seconds. Unpause.
Please, be my guest. It's a portrait of you that he had been working on when you came to visit him in the lab with the potato. He was so focused on it because, don't you remember what day is tomorrow? Your birthday.
Okay, honey, one last chance. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this. What do you see? You see anything? Besides your support, an image of your own face? It's okay. That's okay, honey. That's okay. You stay there. You stay there. Will you count down from 3 for me?
3, 2.
Wait, am I going on 1 or am I going on go?
You're going on
Oh, I love that. Beautiful.
1.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
1. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Chair. Chair.
Rip.
Chair.
Rap.
Rock.
Chair. Chair.
Ding, ding. The convenient hour has arrived. Ding. Ding.
orders. You could see if you can find the self-reflection necessary for finding your best.
I hurt my relationship with my sister all these years.
Hey. You know what, honey? I tell you what, I'm gonna get you a cup of this. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to find a way to use the transformation potion for good. I just don't want you to be in pain. I'm gonna pour you some, and it's up to you. If you want to drink it, I'll be happy with whoever you are, sans magical assistance. And if you want to try, I can try and help you.
A household can cause dangerous things for the development of a child. And I realized that as an older sibling trying to overshadow everyone and everything and play our games and do everything, well, collectively, we as a family just ignore poor Margaret.
Thomas, hold that thought. Stay right there. Why did I make the way to Margaret's room so difficult?
Come in.
Honey, I need you to come downstairs right now.
Why don't we take the elevator?
Okay.
Ding, ding.
Elevator, movie, elevator.
So you finished
elevator,
the
movie.
antidote then?
I did, but I figured something else out. Margaret, we can't do it without you. Thomas,
I saw the portrait you made.
play.
I'm sorry for everything.
Thomas, I didn't think I could feel human emotion anymore, but I'm beginning to feel it. Thomas, you were a distracted soul. You spent a lot of time working, and I understand that now. I understand the thrill of creation, and the thrill, the joy of making and creating, and the thrill of having a mother's love behind you, perhaps. But Thomas, you did love me in your own way. I just couldn't understand it, and I'm sorry for giving you the guilt. I'm sorry for ever making you feel guilty for being yourself, the brilliant creator that is you. And I thought I was emotionally in tune when I was still flexible, but I've realized now that maybe I never really was. Maybe I was too far in my own head. So Thomas, I just wanted to tell you, I think you're the best big brother there ever has been. You don't need to change to become a better or older person.
Margaret, you're glowing brilliant green.
Margaret, here. I kept this in the pocket of my leotard all week, meaning to give it to you. The little Sphinx.
With the secret under its left paw. I love you, Margaret.
Thomas,
I love you too, Thomas.
you're glowing a brilliant green.
stay
You're
as long as
you're
you
welcome
like.
anytime, dear.
Thank you. I'll come back if I have to.
Okay.
I'll miss you. You are still my best friend, even though I've been emotionally distant.
You're still my co-best friend too.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Epilogue.
Come in. Jane.
Aunt Julie, I see.
You find me on the precipice of a very important decision. Say your piece.
I was just gonna say, thank you for having me. I think it's time for me to go.
Everyone else seemed to learn a very important lesson while you were here. Did you learn anything?
I think I really must go. But enjoy, this one's for me. Question mark.
Hey. You ever need anything, you give me a call.
Anytime. Let me know if you ever want me to swing by again. I won't come.
Maybe if I waft the smoke, it'll sing me a song.
Oh, eat me, I am the potion of change.
You are ready to grow.
One is one is one is one
Is one, is one,
is one is one. Suddenly, a brilliant magenta glow surrounded her.
Whew! Wow.
And she realized the potion didn't change anything.
Oh, I didn't need this. I just needed my kids.
And